Greetings, you sexy people. Welcome back to our, well, palace that is not yet completed. I'm still saving up a bit of brass. What we could do here to build the columns is, do we please have an available trade contract? We don't. I do have a lot of brass. I could trade a lot of brass there with my sewing machines, of course, and thus make it a bit easier on us. Or we just boost or further boost our productivity, and well, that is something we could do. For that, I do need some items. We don't have a trade union yet on my brass island. I should still have some items though available that I could use on trade unions. That should boost at least something. We're producing 22 brass per minute at the moment. In Crown Falls, we are consuming 1. So why is it not going up? This is going to be very interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, we are actually getting the brass done somewhere else now these days. And there's also just a clipper doing this whole thingy there. So he's getting the brass over to Crown Falls. Not a whole lot there. So let's add actually a better ship to this one. We have not Electra. Oh, we don't have really a lot of cargo ships available anymore. There's the wild pigeon that will be on this trade route now too. It is waiting over here. No idea what it really is doing. Oh, there we have lots of iron deposits there too. Perfect. But I do need more cargo ships. So there we go. 2 of them in addition. Lots of them. We need to be careful though still with the influence. All right. Well, the brass should be flooding in a bit more now. A bit more often, and I'm also of course boosting it with some items. We continue there with the palace. That is not finished yet completely, but it's just a side project really that we finish by the by. So I could have these pavings there, and we're probably going to have a double paving all around the palace like so. To that side, and then we're also doing it on the other side. After that paving here, next thing that I would like to do is I would like to add a fence. Very good, some fences as well. And the last thing that I would still like to do here is adding the occasional trees as well that we definitely want to have in this area. So we might be having some trees here at the corners then. Righto, all around it, also on that side here. And then definitely also some trees here in, let's make it a bit of a distance there of 2 tiles for each of them, so that it also ends at these corners there. And I'm just doing the same thing on that side then too. Perfect. Now that we have holes all around the palace like so, we're still continuing with the trees. And for that, I do like to have the white trees. It just fits much better to the palace itself. And it's, well, it's white, bright theme already that we have. All around it, we just need to add now these guys here.
This land will forevermore live under the flag
there you go.
of anarchy.
In all its glory. This one should not be here. I think this is looking now really cool because it is another avenue or another, you know, alley where people can walk around here on these streets there around the palace and also enjoy the views occasionally. Yes, I know Hugo Mercier as always. It's just, he's just doing it all the time really. Sometimes I forget it and he gets full on it, but then we can still take it over. That would be that, and then we could just have some normal streets here and here now. So this is kind of like the separation now between the palace and us. Then we also get Sarah Bartok. Oh, golden voice for the variety theater, maintenance cost, range, and attractiveness boosts overall. Let's just get her in. I don't think that we are going to need her really. I could still, of course, well, use her later. We still have something. It might be a bit over the top, perhaps, but we could also have some flower beds here that are going to go around the palace then. And I think I'm actually doing this in this area. Let's just see. Like so. That looking okay? I think it is, because people can walk on both sides of the fence, right? And then they can enjoy the flower beds here as their end, or as the end of the palace. And it also adds some nice color to it. It might be a bit over the top. This is not final. It's an experiment. We could keep it though. Let's have it all around it. It's just very colorful. There you go. Another layer on top of it, around it. Kind of like a sandwich that we do. And now we can have these roads. That's the end of it, right? So here's the end now. Yeah, actually we keep the flower beds. And here we can then have houses and the botanical gardens, of course. Here I would continue probably just with some more houses. We could, by the way, then have some more proper looking houses here. And with proper, of course, I mean my garden houses, my cottage houses that we can have then here, right? They are being then separated with some more trees or something before we get to the palace itself. So here, just some temperate groves really, that we have some green area in between. I actually do like this block or this kind of building style, so we could have it on the other side as well. Oh, on the other side we have the Botanical Gardens. That's completely right. So let's just keep them here like that, and then some more trees here in this alley there. Perfect. There you go, as a nice separation there to the palace itself. And here, of course, a Botanical Garden then. And I think we could already, yes, upgrade all of these guys here. We have 3,000 workers available. So I would like to do this now. This is, after all, the palace grounds. So we should have some proper buildings in its surrounding. And the artisans are just helping out for that. We would need to upgrade a lot of artisans though, right? We can afford it to some extent. Let's just try this one. After all, we're getting some workers there as well from our bonuses now. And as we can see, yep, this is okay. This is now connecting with the artisans over there. Yeah, that's not so bad, really. We have now artisans all the way up there to this one, right? So the main streets are full of artisans at least. That's what I would like to see. Boy, we're really down on workers and farmers. And since we have so many artisans, we could also go ahead and upgrade more of them to engineers, which now gives me then more influence once again, once we connect them with, well, town halls. We still have this side here now that is empty. Here I originally planned something like, yeah, like a museum or something. Now no longer, so we can now go ahead and continue building us a normal district out of this one. I would like to have, though, one of my... Since this is probably going to be mostly engineers, right? This is, yeah, it's going to be an engineer district. I would like to have, first of all, a town hall or a town center. So this is something we can squeeze in comfortably in there. Kind of like a representative building here in the center of it all. Right, and we might then just have some smaller ornaments around it.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Perhaps those trees or some flower beds. Because we are with them already anyway. Why not just have flower beds? It's perfect. Oh, and we have interest now, an oil explosion. We need to look out for that then as well. This one here is now adding in influence then to these guys here. We also could probably have something affects the residences, reduced needs for Champagne. We could also have the plus 50% workforce that is affecting them. And since we actually do lack engineers almost, it just makes a lot of sense. And we just doubled our workforce really for the engineers with this single item there. And I could continue with that, of course, also with the next item there. We have so many of them. We could also purchase them. Always purchase them, so it makes sense. There we have it, and around it then we just have more engineers. For that, however, I will need well, the low-level buildings, the low-level service buildings once more, because after all, I do need to upgrade them from scratch. So a pub that we can have in this area, we probably will need to push it over there though, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to need another marketplace in this area too. So there we have it around it. And then a school. There's the school already. There's the university. Let's get cracking on some more houses here. So there we go. More engineers then coming up in this area. Artisans and engineers most likely. I'm going to keep this spot available here for now, because you never know what we might have out there in this open well, open view that we have there. I certainly don't want to destroy this. Perfect. More engineers for the world. We are, by the way, at 5k engineers now. That also means that we have once again the ability to upgrade more people to investors, what we always should be doing, of course. Up here we can do that. We also have the increased range now for the power stations thanks to the palace. This means that I can now also upgrade people in a more remote location like those guys here to investors. There is another spot here, there is another spot that we can upgrade, and essentially this whole row there as well. Leading, of course, once again to more influence, and boy, we really do need all of that. Now, another very cool thing is, yes, those skyscrapers here, tier 4, they are finally able to upgrade. Look at how many we have of them. We can get the first tier 5 skyscrapers now into Crown Falls, and I would like to go ahead with that on top of that. So these are the ones. Let's go ahead. These are now the highest skyscrapers that we have. There you go, tier 5. Lots of them, hopefully. They are paying really nice now, so 5k per building. It's a bit more once fully upgraded, which pushes us a bit higher there. Of course, they have more needs again, the violins, the drugstore, and the toys. We do need 15 of them to start the skyscraper monument then, so I still need to go ahead and upgrade us a few more. We have tier 3 ones, so I would like to go ahead and upgrade all of the tier 3 to tier 4 now. This is pretty costly, right? But it's going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and do this. There you go. And this is a lot of money that is flooding in right now with all of these skyscraper upgrades. We could also go ahead and upgrade all of the tier 2 ones now. I'm probably not going to do it like that, but I'm going to do it one by one. So these smaller ones here are receiving at least a part of panorama effect. Or we're just going ahead. Let's just do it like that. Costing us the last bit of windows that we had. But we do need a lot of them. I might also go ahead and upgrade us a few more engineer skyscrapers then down the road. Now, meanwhile, in Leary, my huge collier has arrived with lots and lots of building resources. There you can unload it. You can go back now to Warmways Prison. Off you go, because we do need still more items, of course. Actually, for my people, let's go for Argiden, right? So that's what he can do. And with that, we can now hopefully start building the last phase of the Town Hall Monument. I would like to see some carts now going back and forth here. There it is, perfect. Getting the building materials that we need. Also worth noting that it's pretty cool to just have more flower beds next to each other as the game just adjusted, and we do get these nice corners there and these nice courtyards, you might call them. These nice blocks there in it. So they're pretty cool for ornaments as well. Not only one straight line, but also in a full block if needed. And I like the effect very much, as it is also very colorful, and we can keep it like that for our World Fair. By now, this block here has fully grown, so we can now finally upgrade it. Lots and lots of new workers coming in. There you go. And then onwards, they are now to artisans, and as we can see, they have their full coverage for the school. I think all of them. Yep, so we can upgrade all of them to artisans pretty soon then. Now for the skyscrapers, we have lots of quests still available. 2 of them, the market research, the patent. We need to continue with these questlands if we want to make it to the monument. So choose a patent. My guru, here's a pitch. Customers are demanding but gullible. That's great for us. They'll have you think they want convenience, luxury, quality, but what they really want is to be led to what they want. And we need to decide on the patent. Electrifying, so the suckers are salivating for a new gadget, so let's provide one. Electrifying, the Galleria by the Red sings modernity. I think the Galleria should be place of glamour. We need something luxurious. So he wants us to exploit it. Let's go for luxury. And luxury, yes, my guru. Is that us? Is he actually calling us my guru? We model the opulent lifestyle. I'm your, well, king, you might say. I'm not really a king, but I think I am a king. At least call me mayor or something like that. What do you have in mind? Toaster numbers surely speak for themselves. Something culinary. So we want to sell luxury, of course. We need business accessories. A high-end badge? Maybe a briefcase. Alright, we agreed to develop a briefcase for all these women out there, I guess. Miss Jenny will get sewing right away. It has to be a statement piece out of materials that speak of luxury. And then we also have a survey, feedback subjective. So select the following survey subjects to hear their views on what they tell us. We have the reclusive ones. How could your current situation be improved right now? A drink. Sorry. Look, I work in an office and we're shoulder to shoulder in there. Oh, Emperor Kitima is also now unhappy that we increased the working hours. What kind of products would you like to see in our stores? That's broad. Well, I moved into a skyscraper apartment. The view is nice and all, but the interiors all look the same. And then we have the last one. It's very fancy and grand, but it's also expensive and intimidating. I feel a little out of place in that Swish arcade. Alright, so what they want, maybe 80% want fancy furniture, 75% like luxury stuff. A minibar actually sounds nice, right? Furniture, quality and a drink. A nice minibar is fitting for all of that. And this is also going for Miss Jenny. Alright, Miss Jenny though thinks that the results are skewed by, well, Bader, Mr. Bader. I don't think they like themselves too much there. And a vanity screen is what she would suggest that we could go for. Alright, and unlock that patent. And we also get a poster for that. Galleria Badoret, the height of etiquette. And we have the vanity screen. This should be a top seller. Alright, and I guess now in my furniture store we need to select it. There we have it. The vanity screen, we have it unlocked. Perfect. And we do have everything for that. It's also reducing jewelry and pocket watches by 20%. And it also increases the income. Let's select it. And a new product is up for sale. For the market research, we still need 15 tons of Sanga cow. Alright, that is Africa. So, Mbesa, we should be going out there. And I think we already have that, right? The Sanga cows, that should be somewhere over here. There it is, and we are really full on them. How very nice. By the way, how very not nice, we do have some ruins here that we definitely will need to fix. Luxury brand gets branded. Trouble in Paradise. Oh, the posters have been defaced by someone. Sabotage, I call it. And we don't have any cargo ships anymore in Mbesa, so I will need to look out for that as well. And I'm going to send one of my cargo ships over with some steel beams as well, since we always need that. Very nice. And we can also now continue upgrading our artisans. So let's just go ahead and do all of them. I think we can afford it. Yes, they don't cost any windows there anyway. Perfect. More and more of them. By the way, there we have a warehouse. This is, I think, for one of the restaurants. So we have a restaurant close by. I don't think so, no. So we don't need this one here, really. Get rid of that. Then we still have this pub that we also no longer need, by the way, because now we have artisans. They don't need a marketplace and they don't need a pub. So we can get rid of both of these buildings here in the center now and have something instead. So they do have the university already covered. Perfect. And then there would be, for example, a church. Or let's wait for engineers. Meanwhile, since we do have... Oh, I do get a new cuisine, a new recipe for a dessert that I can use then. Meanwhile, what I would like to do, since we do have a bit of influence, we can continue building our museum there a tiny, tiny bit as well. Even though we do get, I think... Do we not get the influence back again? Yes, as we can see, it costs us, but at the same time, it doesn't cost us anything. We can really finish all of them here if we want to, without losing any influence at all. And then we can have our items there. So I would definitely like to have something powerful out here. Unfortunately, we don't have the best things yet. Oh, and with that, yep, we have also reached a Grand Metropolis level. And that is sumptuous in its sprawl, elegant in its limbs. This city is one of glossy celebrity. Very cool. Celebrity. Now, let's go ahead. There we have then the, well, altar of Oopsie Daisy. This is actually something where we can sacrifice the people right down here. It does fit. And around it, we're going to have some more gnome items than the Summit of Atlantis. More attractiveness. Unfortunately, all of them are just houses. So it's not the best artifacts that we have so far, right? A decaying mummy. And then we have the carved stone bear. That's it. Only houses so far. I would like to get a few more of these guys there. That's the museum. And then, of course, we have the Botanical Gardens that I would also like to start constructing there at some point now. Once again, there's the question, is it looking right? I think this is the right side. And then we have an entrance here for the Botanical Gardens. And then we do have our empty plots there once more. And once more, I would like to have a little plaza there at least. Something nice. And then we have the plots. And this one we could actually make symmetrical, I think. And since it's a rather big city, we might also have a big Botanical Garden then here working on that. There you go. And then probably some more up there. Also, these piles again. Oh, and then we're getting really close now to... it's working out perfect because we can have still a fence there, right? And this is what matters for me. And then we have, yep. This unfortunately is not working out, but that's fine. Botanical Gardens, right? That's the blocks for it. We still need some fence around it once more. Let's go with an ornamental fence that continues right from the entrance and goes all around it. Here. There you go. Of course, in the Botanical Garden itself, we're going to have pavings. Like so. And then we can also have, once again, something fancy right here. What really fits in is a nice fountain. Perfect. There you go. think that all has been built already. Can we build it? 6 influence it costs us. Let's build it. After all, it's possible. There you go, Botanical Garden. There's the bus station for it. Let's have it a bit closer. Not so close. Because we still want to have something right in front of it. And since it's a botanical garden, it just makes sense to have something with some flowers in it or something like that. So I could actually go ahead with some flower beds here and perhaps a nice statue of something that resembles nature. I guess we're just going with some fountains really, as this just makes the most sense to me. There's not that much else we could do. And then we have these flower beds there going around it a bit. At least a bit. Right on either side. We should definitely have some trees for the shades and the shadows that we're going to need here on hot summer days. And what I already also like is that we see the buses right away. As we can see, they're commuting now here between the bus stations. Also on that side there, on the main street. Just very nice. And then we have lots of cleanup to do here, of course, for all of these streets, as it's just not looking very good anymore. Here, of course, as I said, the tracks are coming to an end then. So we still, of course, kind of like need to connect it, like up here, and then it's probably going into that area. But that's a new district that we can build then. The Botanical Garden is almost finished, the center perhaps a bit, and then, of course, boy, we need lots and lots of new items, more items to fill it all in. And I think this is a nice location here, just between Crown Falls and the palace. I mean, look at that view that we have from over there. It's amazing, breathtaking really up here. And if you look around, then you have the big city there in front of you that is only going to grow. Stay tuned.